Focus. The greatest enemy of my possibility is wanting to experience all possibilities. It freezes me to execute, or rather, it confuses me to execute on what direction that's most conducive to my spiritual growth. Sometimes I execute on things that do not belong to me to execute on. Kind of like my mother taking the ticket that my sister should have gotten. It's self-sacrificial to a point of stunting the other person's spiritual growth by taking away the pain. Sparing the rod.
Because real people always find that to be a little bit amusing. I think the same kind of like a real company. Not a real company, a real group of people, especially crowdfunding. It's really nice to have that sense of personalization. People like knowing that you're just real people who are creating a cool thing. And the Poop is Real really kind of adds to that sense. And the example that we see here is this final one, which is various cuts and styles. And this is actually the Dash Cold Brew campaign, and this
customer testimonials, either like Aditi said earlier, outside in separate videos throughout your campaign, or even within the video itself. Earlier posted about being authentic in your video, and that's absolutely true. Crowdfunding videos especially are a great place to really show your authenticity.
Thy staff and thy rod, they comfort me. Pain. The greatest saving grace is knowing that I am not designed to have it all. Therefore, I do not have to know it all. The weight on my shoulder becomes less heavy. And now, it's a matter of being still and knowing how my energy will be used in the most effective way for God's design and His glory. The demon pulls tricks on me. Here's one trick the demon likes to pull. When I obtain one, I look for someone else's other. And I think the grass is greener on the other side. When I finally get to the other side, however, I realize it's no greener than mine. Just different. A different shade of green. And yet, looking at my neighbors, I compare, evaluate, see what I'm doing better or worse, splitting hairs, pettiness, that I almost forget what the bigger goal is. That's the illusion. Stop. The grass is green in my lawn, in my garden. I am taking care of what God has already given me, I tell myself. Just stay in your lane. Like I said, I'm going to stay in my lane and go with my pace. I know people are passing me by. I know they got better equipment. In a quarter mile. I know to my right and to my left are experienced drivers. And I'm not trying to compete with them. I'm just going I have a big vision. The 3-act love story is grounded upon 1 Corinthians 13, verse 12. I came to Colorado to accomplish 3 things: the 3-act love story playbook, the diary of a crazy social entrepreneur interactive journal, and the business plan of the love story, written so that it may be duplicated, chartered, and amplified. But then I'm hit with grant writing, AdWords, filming artists. I just enrolled in Jumpcut for the YouTube growth hack and John Crestani's program for affiliate marketing sustainability. I'm getting on Trello using Slack to start recruiting team members internationally. And now for Act 1, Discover Your Narrative program, soft launching on my birthday, December 29th. I'm reading the Corinthians in the Bible, A Hero with 1,000 Faces, and Freud, Ego and Id for Act 1. Discover Your Narrative, the program. I got to cut something down so that I can focus on what I came here to do. How do you transform your pain into a 3-act love story? Christmas Day. What is depression? Depression is suppressed expression. Expression of what? Expression of our creativity, our unique blueprint to this life's journey. The path of highest resistance, the path of spiritual awakening, that expression. Breadcrumbs. First clue. I found it in Freud's. He wrote, sensations of a pleasurable nature are not characterized by any inherently impelling quality, whereas painful ones possess this quality in a high degree. The latter impel towards change, towards discharge, and that is why we interpret pain as implying a heightening and pleasure a lowering of energetic catharsis. Repressed impulse. It can exert driving force without the ego noticing the compulsion. Not until there is resistance to the compulsion and blocking of the discharge reaction does the undetermined element instantly become conscious as pain. Interesting. Pain is the catalyst of our spiritual awakening. Second clue, Joseph Campbell's. For the symbols of mythology are not manufactured. They cannot be ordered, invented, or permanently suppressed. Third clue, 1 Corinthians 13 verse 12. For now I know in part, then I shall know fully, even as I am fully known. It's right in front of my face, like puzzle pieces to a portrait. No, wait. Perhaps it's a map. A map to what? The purpose. Our purpose. Our collective human purpose. It's a mystery ready to be solved, unlocked, revealed. I already know the end game, but how do I get others to self-realize the end game? That's my path, my Tao, my way. And it needs to be unpacked, solved, or revealed. Dustin Thomas is opening, and I just texted him earlier today. Hopefully he'll respond. Focus. Verse 12 is the mystery of love revealed. Act 1. For now we see as in a mirror. Leveraging the soul mirroring effect through artist-inspired journaling, we reveal that we are truly not alone. It is an exploration of the hero's ordinary world. Act 2. And then we shall see face to face. Leveraging the intimacy between two kindred strangers to reveal that you are perfect in your imperfection through the Associate Producers Program, and encouraging the hero to go forth on the pursuit of answering that call through adventure journaling. Act 3. For now I know in part, then I shall know fully, even as I am fully known. Return with elixir. It is now the being and becoming of your authentic self and what you have self-realized. You are now to return and showcase what you have discovered, traversed, and mastered by inspiring others to activate their call. We do this through showcase journaling, a portal, if you will, a platform, a container for spiritual activations, so that other people may be encouraged to take on the call to their adventure. Showcase journaling will reveal the point to our pain, And Act 3 is an act of the broken open state. The enemy is wanting me to do everything so that I become exhausted, overwhelmed, and confused so that I do nothing. I could wake up with numb hands and feet. It wants to cut off any circulation so I could stop editing, writing, thinking, communicating, and producing. The enemy wants me to fail. So there I answer my own question. Who is compelling me to do the 3-act love story? It's God. My allies are reminders of what to focus on. My allies are the people God put in front of me. Why did I come to Colorado? In another lifetime, I would have made a great attorney, but in this lifetime, I have been made a great teacher. A great teacher with the spirit of a cowgirl, attracting cowboys on this Colorado adventure.
Ask more this or more that or more the other than you, and if you're not careful, you can be taunted by their success. You can become intimidated by an assignment that God never gave you. I am not accountable for the gifts he gave to Oscar. If you continue to rationalize by comparing yourself with other people, you're never, ever, 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 ever going to be at peace about anything. Nothing will ever be good enough. Somebody's ice is always going to be cooler than yours.
I'm constantly struggling with balancing my time between Jumpcut, Crestani's Jetset, Udemy's AdWords, the Discover Your Narrative program, and grant writing. Oh, and don't forget snowboarding, visiting friends, hooking up with attractive financial consultants you meet at nightclubs.
So why are we comparing ourselves with some that commend themselves, but they measuring themselves by themselves and comparing themselves among themselves are not wise.
The difference between a buzzword and a term critical to contextual framing and transformative internalization is the length and depth of the study behind the meaning. In its elaboration and application of its use, the revealing of this concept, the miracle behind the words to strengthen and inspire others to perform and activate on their hero's journey.
But we will not boast of things without our measure. Now, this is where it really gets juicy to me. We will not boast of things without our measure. We're not going to brag about, we're not going to go overboard beyond our measure, trying to do things beyond the grace we've been given. But according to the measure of the rule which God has distributed to us, a measure to reach even unto you. He said, I'm not trying to do something that God didn't call me to do. He said, I have my measure. I want you to say that. I have my measure. I have my measure. I have my limits. There's a certain span. There's a certain amount I can handle. There's a certain amount of pressure I can handle. I've learned years ago that God will promote you to the level of your tolerance of pain. I'm going to say that again because that's worth thinking about. God will promote you to the level of your tolerance of pain. He will not promote you into an area that you are not designed to withstand that weight of pressure.
That said, I want to fuse journaling, journalism, and the hero's journey, leveraging 1 Corinthians 13 verse 12 with Freud's id, ego, and superego, with the craft of narrative storytelling, so that we may journal for the pursuit of self-love and awakening of the self in relation to our life's purpose. By bringing the subconscious into the conscious, the pursuit of our paths are made clear, revealed through journaling and fiction based on a true experience, so that we have the power of choice when making choices and taking action. We, therefore, become the author to our journaling experience, and we, therefore, experience the miracle of love revealed.
David said, I would rather take less, a rag and a rock, because I'm familiar with this. I went through the process with this. I understand how to work this. I can do this. Now that over there is real shiny and it looks real good and it's real impressive when you walk down the street. And this little raggedy stuff I got is not shiny and it doesn't look good, but I've been through so much and I got so much process and I got so much experience. If you just let me wind up what I got, as shabby as it looks, you'll be surprised how effective I am when I am authentic. You're only effective when you are authentic. Look at somebody and say, don't be distracted. For we stretch not ourselves beyond our measure, as though we reach not unto you, for we are come as far as to you also in preaching the gospel of Jesus Christ. Somebody say amen. You want to master the task before you. You want to master the task before you.